This picture is about racing. So boys race, they exercise themselves by running around on the ice. Here's a frozen pond in the winter time, because 300 years ago the winters were much colder and the lakes and rivers would freeze. Even the River Thames in London used to freeze. And they run about using ice skates. You see the little boy here, he's got special ice skates on. He's got a metal blade on the bottom of the shoe so he can skate on the ice. Or they're carried about on sleds, which also have got metal blades on the bottom, so they skate over the ice very easily. In the summertime they run races, and they run up to a line which they mark on the ground, and the first person to touch the line wins, but they shouldn't run beyond the line. And also in ancient times, and also nowadays at the Olympics and with races, the runners run on a track. Here the track's got rails on each side, and in ancient times they would run towards a goal, in this case this pillar, and the first person to touch the goal would receive a prize from the prize giver here, who's also the umpire, decides who wins the race. And nowadays when they run and they run up until a finish line, so it's more like the way the boys run here. At the time that this picture was made, people used to engage in tilting or jousting. They'd sit on a horse with a great big lance which was hollow, so that you wouldn't cause too much damage with practicing. In war the lance would be solid, and they would charge down here and they would try and get the lance through the hoop, or they would charge at each other and try and knock each other off their horses, and this is called tilting. Tilting, T-I-L-T-I-N-G, and I'll show you some pictures of that in a bit. So here we have a gentleman with a lance on, and he's wearing a helmet with a visor, so his face is protected. And of course we also have various kinds of races with animals. We have horse races, where horses run down a track instead of people, and we have greyhound races where dogs run down a track instead of people. And here we have a boy ice skating on a pond. And here are some boys playing with sleds on a frozen pond. And here's a race with a finish line, a men's long distance race. Here we see tilting at a quintain, which is a target. And here we have a jousting match at the Tower of London. Because jousting happens so fast, here is a match in slow motion. The lance is hollow so that it shatters when it hits the opponent, otherwise it would kill him. In a war, of course, you would have a solid lance. He's wearing armor. Here we go. And here we have a horse race. The men riding on the horses are called jockeys. They're usually very small and light. And here is a greyhound race. Greyhounds are very fast dogs, originally hunting dogs, and we saw them in the section on hunting. Now they're used for racing more than hunting. They are very fast.